So now, what's the importance of statement of purpose? As I mentioned earlier, the statement of purpose is your way of introducing yourself to your admission committee. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Munioluwa Ogunleye. I know it has been a while. I uploaded picture, I think like 2 weeks. But as you can hear from my voice, I'm a little bit under the weather. I've been up and my health, I've been up and down, but I'm glad I'm getting better. So please bear with my voice in this video. In today's video, we're going to be continuing our series that we started like 2 weeks ago, titled How to Write a Very Outstanding Statement of Purpose. And today we're going to be talking about how to write a beautiful introduction in your statement of purpose. Have you ever read a book that after reading the first paragraph or the first page of that book, you just drop the book? That's because it was not interesting. And that's the same thing with your statement of purpose. Because the admission committee have not met you, do not know your capacity. So your statement of purpose is an opportunity for the admission committee to get to know you as a person. And that is why writing an outstanding introduction in your statement of purpose is very, very important. But before we go further in today's video, have you subscribed to this channel? If you've not subscribed, please kindly subscribe. Your subscription means a lot to me. And do not forget to turn on your notification bell so that when more videos drop on this platform, you'll be notified. And please do not forget to ask your questions in the comment section. As I always say, please ask questions. I'll try and respond to your question as soon as possible. Once again, bear with my voice. So now, what's the importance of statement of purpose? As I mentioned earlier, the statement of purpose is your way of introducing yourself to your admission committee. It's your way of you telling them your strengths, your skills, your capacity, your defeats, your victory, your struggle, your comeback, and everything. Because admission committee are not just looking at your GPA to determine whether you are a suitable student for grad school. They're looking at everything that we tell them, everything about you. And that is why you need your statement of purpose. Number two, your statement of purpose is your way of telling your admission committee what is your research interest. You use a statement of purpose to tell them how your interest started, what you're interested in, what area of this field you're interested in. Because, for example, if I'm interested in pursuing criminal justice reform, I can say that my research interest is juvenile criminal justice reform. That is a research interest. Number two, your statement of purpose is your way of you explaining your challenges. For example, if you have a low GPA, transcripts cannot explain why you had low GPA. Your resume cannot tell the admission committee why you have low GPA. Your statement of purpose is a way that you can explain to the graduate committee why you had low GPA. There are different reasons why people have low GPA. It can be family challenges, can be health challenges. I did a video where I explained how to explain your low GPA in your statement of purpose. Please check it out. You'll find it very beneficial. I gave templates and examples that will give you an idea of how you couch and explain your low GPA in your statement of purpose. Also, your statement of purpose is your way of explaining some of the soft skill you have, volunteering activity that you engage in to boost your chance of you being a viable student for grad school. Now, let's go to the 5 ways to start an introduction to your statement of purpose. The first way of writing an introduction to your statement of purpose is by telling a story. You have to tell a story that talked about how your curiosity about your research interest evolved. So let's assume that I'm writing my statement of purpose and I'm interested in computer science. I can start my statement of purpose by saying that my elder brother is the first person in my family to ever have a computer. And as a 6 years old boy, I was really intrigued, seeing that I could type documents on it and things like that, and just raised my curiosity about the computer. And in secondary school, we were taught about programming language or this and that. By writing that kind of story, you already given the admission officer a glimpse about you. This is an example of an introduction where you tell a story connecting it with your research interest. Second way to start an introduction to a very good statement of purpose is by statistics reference as it relates to your research interest. Let's say, for example, I'm interested in cholera, the spread of cholera, and finding a solution to the spread of cholera in my local community, a widespread of cholera in West Africa or things like that. So you can check online for statistics reference that relates to your research interest. Now, using statistics is beneficial in that it gives the admission committee an idea that you understand research, because having to take the step to research about what the United Nations statistics is regarding your research interest give them an idea that you are a student that is really, really interested in research. So you can start your statement of purpose by connecting a research statistics to your research focus. So this is an example of how to start your introduction using statistics reference. One way to start your statement of purpose is by using a popular quote in your field. So let's assume that I'm interested in pursuing a graduate program in history. I can look for a renowned author or a renowned poet or a renowned individual in the history world and a popular saying of theirs that relates to my research interest. So let's assume I'm interested in talking about the impact, understanding the relationship between African music and their interest. As an example, I'm pursuing a master's in history and I'm interested in the relationship between African music and African history. One of the ways, an example that I can use is that I can cite a quote by Chinua Achebe in Whether Things Fall Apart or some of his book, and I say I can start this way. According to Chinua Achebe in his popular book, blah blah blah, that won blah 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 award for blah blah blah. He said, and I quote his quote, and I said, this is an example of the impact of African music in telling the African story. That gives an impression to the admission committee that I'm taking steps to research about people in this space. And also, it also shows that you are someone that is really, really curious. So, writing, starting your statement of purpose using quotes and relating it to your research interest is another way of you starting your statement of purpose. So, this is an example. Another way to start your statement of purpose is by starting with your achievements. This is a way, if you know that you have lots of achievement, like you have lots of, this is particularly good for those that have lots of work experience, have written lots of professional certification. You can say that, let me just give an example from my head. I can say that 17th of August 2022 is the most notable year of my life. And that was because that was the day I was awarded the most productive staff in my organization, and I was awarded a 20,000 naira award for being the best staff or employee of the year. And fortunately, I've won this award 3 years consecutively. That is your way of showing the admission committee that you are a very productive person. Because for your company to give you an award, it shows that you're a very industrious person, and every grad school application board or admission committee is looking for those kind of quality. So another way you can start your statement of purpose is by starting with your achievement. So if you have any notable achievement, you can start with that. So this is an example of how to start your statement of purpose with talking about your achievements. The last but not the least way of starting a statement of purpose is by starting with a statement of a problem in your community and the root cause of that problem. So let's assume that I'm interested in cell biology and genetics. I can say that in my community, there've been significant increase in breast cancer cases, and that is because of lack of awareness. This raised my curiosity about the importance of community awareness and diseases. So This is already giving the admission committee an idea of what your research interest is. And this is a very way of you getting the attention of the admission committee. And this is an example of how to use a problem statement to start your statement of purpose. And if you check from every example that I've given in this video, one thing is notable: my ability to tell a story. You are telling a story about yourself. So make sure that even as you use this different method to start your statement of purpose, make sure you write it in a story like, because everyone loves storytelling. And storytelling is a way of you getting into the heart of your admission committee. I hope you find this video very helpful even as you are writing your statement of purpose. Till we meet again in our next video. If you know that you've not watched my video on how to explain your GPA in your statement of purpose, please check out my video. I also did a video on how to write emails to send while applying to grad school as an international student. So please check out all this video in my channel. I know you'll find it very helpful. Till meet again in our next video. Remember, as we always say on this channel, that this year, take those baby steps, because great vision, great wealth, and greatness lie on the premise of small baby steps. Thank you so much. You mean a lot to me, and bye bye.